this is Mary Mattingly with the Big Rapids Pioneer, and for this week's Musician Spotlight, we're here with Chris Jane. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Chris is a worship leader with Big Rapids Assembly of God, a singer-songwriter, and a Sears native. So you mentioned earlier that you got into music through the church, so what can you tell me about that?
I think being raised in the church, especially if if you're inclined towards music, is just like it's the greatest training ground. You're around some people who are supportive, and that can develop those gifts, and not to mention when I was a kid, it's like we were at church all the time. You know what I mean? We'd have Wednesday night, and Thursday night, and we'd have Monday night prayer meetings. I mean, there was just so many opportunities to play, and so I really am grateful for that upbringing.
So what kind of music are you interested in creating?
Well, it's I try not to limit myself. Obviously, I consider myself a worshiper first, a worship leader. That's the most important. So obviously, I love that music, and I write for the church, but also like right now I'm writing a children's album, and then on the other hand, my partner Rob Camper and I, we've got a project called The Field and the Fountain that is very folk, and it's acoustic guitars, it's upright bass, it's fiddle, that kind of thing. And we're actually going to be recording a live album at Crankers here pretty quickly in the next couple of months, so people can watch for that.
So you mentioned also that you were a music teacher. That's kind of how you supplemented some of your income, and kind of that with using music to create a lasting impression. How does that idea play in with teaching?
Yeah, that's very important. I reached a point where I was sort of burnt out on the whole teaching thing, but for the years that I was teaching guitar, bass, drums, piano, and voice lessons to like all ages. For the last few years, I taught right out of my house, where we had a little studio set up. And some of those, it's awesome. I'll see some of those kids are still playing music. They're in bands. They're writing their own stuff. I'll see like, oh, they've got an album coming out. It's like, it's really exciting, sort of that legacy.
That was everything I wanted to ask you. Is there anything you'd like to add at all?
I just, I hope people will continue to come out. We've been blessed in Big Rapids to have, like Pocket Park in the summertime, and several open mics, and the band Shell, and I hope people will continue to come out and see artists at those events, and also that we can make inroads into more locations, so that there's more opportunities to play, which is just good for everybody. And so I just would love to see the scene continue to grow, and hope to be a part of it.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me. And I'm thankful there's more than the 21st time.